getting your extension back. Now, so if you look in your book on page 220, you'll show the traction in figure 43A and 43B. And then he said if you want to do it in flexion or extension, then you can put them on a wedge. You don't have to put them on a wedge, but you could. If you want to put them on a wedge, just like this now, and bring this up. If you want to put them on a wedge, and you could stabilize the foot more, and you could pull them into extension, you could do that. Okay? Or if you want to put them into flexion, and you can do this, where you pull them down. Okay? For some people that have sweaty feet, no, you don't have sweaty feet, but some people that do, you could use something that, like to grip onto it. Now again, not TheraBand's not for everybody. Some people may have allergic reaction, but you could use some, maybe even a non-latex glove. You can grab with a glove. That would help out too, because sometimes you might slip. But that's flexion, extension, and traction. Pretty easy, pretty basic, okay? What kind of patients do you think you're going to see a lot of big toe stuff going on with? Bunions, yeah. They have bunionectomies, and they have a stiff great toe. See quite a bit. So you got to talk with the surgeon and make sure you guys are on the right page as far as healing instructions go, or healing precautions go. But these people usually are wanting more extension, okay? Now, next thing, if you go to page 222, this would be the mobilization that you would do to increase flexion. So, if you think about, this is the metatarsal. It's got the head that's what? Convex, and then the phalanx, right? Okay? Goes like this, it's concave. So, rolling and gliding are in the same direction, correct? That's correct. So, if you want to increase flexion, you're going to move, okay, in a plantar direction. Okay? So, a couple things you could do here. Again, you could just grab it with your hand like this, where you're going to come up underneath and then clamp on top, stabilize this on the wedge, and then you could perform a little bit of traction and then glide it in a plantar direction. That works just fine. Or, if you want, you can use a tongue depressor, okay? And you can take the tongue depressor and put it on the bottom of the toe, and then you grab it with your hand like that, and then you can push down with it too. It's up to you. Some people don't mind the tongue depressor. Some people say it kind of bites it. Okay, so you could use a tongue depressor. Now, if you want to increase extension, there's a couple of ways you could do this. Go to page 224 for a moment. You could leave them in this position. And this is one of the rare instances where Freddie will say, oh, instead of pushing or pushing down with gravity, you could pull. It's a small joint. It's pretty small. So this might be an instance where, again, you've got your tongue depressor here, everything's stable, and then you pull up, okay? That's okay. Or, lay on your belly, and this wedge here, the way he shows it, it can bite. Slide up a little bit on the table. Let's get this one flexed up. This does not always feel so good, so you have to make sure you take care. You lay on the towel by chance? No? You already laid on the towel? What'd you say? They sure are.
She's on the towel right now. No.
You need to wash your feet. Okay. You could take them. Is that biting you when I push down on that? Yeah. Okay, good. As long as you use enough padding, you'll be good. You can reinforce the foot on there. You can extend, like, again, this person might not be able to extend, so you extend them this far. Take your hands in this type of a position, and then you do a dorsal, or the dorsum of the foot, I should say. Okay, you push it in that direction. Okay. Now, you could, if you want more, and I've seen, you run out of space here eventually, you can take them like this. It's not in the book. And then you extend them to the point where you need them. You can pull them against your body like this, and then you can do this glide like this and actually feels pretty good. All right, and then you get into more traction, flex, extend them up to their restriction, and then glide them. Okay? So, a couple things we want you to do here. We went through a lot of them. Okay? So on your back. Traction, right? Traction and flexion. Traction and extension. Traction with the wedge. Now I know I haven't had you up here. Traction. Traction and flexion. Traction and extension. Okay? Plantar glide. Right? Dorsal glide or dorsum. Lift up. Same on the belly. Extend that toe. You can do your glide like this, or I prefer, get them up here like this, and then do the glide. Okay? So let's just run through those. That should take you through most of the big toes for flexion and extension.